through your freedom.
Consider this your trigger warning. The following program is strictly satire and is not meant to be taken seriously. So don't get all butthurt, you liberal snowflakes, just because we skewer your sacred cows and expose all your lies and hypocrisy. Truth hurts, and so does satire. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. I'm in a dark corner of the bunker and I'm feeling very dark. I am right now absolutely disgusted with humanity in general and governments in particular. Uman and I were discussing before the show started here exactly what the hell's going on. It's like people have just disregarded decency and common sense, and now they root for their team, whether their team is the Democrats or the Republicans, or they root for Palestinians or Israel, or they root for whatever. They've just lost perspective. Now, of course, I want to blame some of this, or a lot of it, on the Jim Jones juice because, well, people were already divided and stupid before the juice. But since then, I think I could say they have categorically lost their fucking minds out there. I'm going to give you lots of examples here in this show. If you've got examples, get your comments down below. The reason I think it's important to discuss this is, right, we're in shit hits the fan. It is hit, we're there, and we're dealing with consequences and looking at the pieces. And you can see exactly how little human life is valued, how human intelligence is just disregarded for political correctness, political expediency, or to hide political crimes. So I'm going to start with this. The video came out today. Israel bombed a hospital. Not good. I'm sure if it had just stopped there, they could have said it was an accident. Whoops, we're sorry. Not that Israel apologizes or admits to their mistakes. So they bomb a hospital. Rescue workers arrive to dig through the rubble, to pull out the wounded, to remove the dead. 17 minutes pass between the time the bomb explodes and the next fucking bomb comes. You got it. They're filming the scene, and a second enormous missile strike kills even more civilians. When will what is happening be enough to call it a war crime or genocide or ethnic cleansing? People will say, well, Trump said they're our greatest ally. This is where we ask the question. I'm not on Team Trump. I'm on Team Decency and American Freedom. When will Trump and Congress condemn Israel and the IDF, the Israel military, for what they're doing? Everyone wants to pretend like they're good people and they're our greatest ally. And boy, we can't get along without them. And in fact, the idiot Mike Huckabee is over there sucking up and kissing their asses. It's incredible. More on that in a moment. Our greatest ally now is so damn murderous. How can anyone in Washington, D.C. say they support them? I hate terrorists, folks. And I don't want a single one of those stinking Palestinians from Gaza in our country, the United States of America. But that's where they live. In Palestine, in Gaza, right? Israel is more than a shameful nation. They now absolutely fucking disgust me. I don't want anything to do with any of these fucking people. I don't want to give them money. I don't want to hear their shit. I'm done with them. Done. But all of that is moving home into our country, folks, because they're bringing it here. Right? Israel, again, to me, is demonstrating it's a loathsome, murderous nation. And Mike Huckabee is some sort of diplomat, some sort of Oh, ambassador. He's over in Israel kissing their asses. What hold does Israel have other than control files with pedophilia, drugs, and extortion? Or is that it? I guess that's enough. I guess that's enough because all of the Democrats and all of the Republicans suck the tits of their Israeli lords. The sycophants are liars and deceivers. All of DC can fuck off. And same to Israel. Until we receive sufficient apologies, explanations for what Washington, D.C. has done to our nation and supported around the world. They all disgust me. I don't know how you feel about this. You see, if you don't watch actually what's happening, if you just listen to mainstream media, you're going to hear Team A talking about Team B. You're going to hear Team Democrat talking about Team Republican. You're going to hear Team Israel talk about Team Bad Guy. None of these people are on my team. None of them. Not a single one of these people are on my side. Because what do they do to me and you and everyone else? They tax the shit out of us. They try and tell us what you can and can't say. Right? They take your money and they give it to people to go kill other people. Why are we a part of that? Right? It's just like the bullshit over in Ukraine. Why should we be sending our money, our treasure over to there? Why should we be compromising our military by giving them our armaments just so they can fight a retarded war? Right? Does everyone know, by the way? Does everyone know what's going on with this moron? What's his name? Oh, I've got it right here. You're going to love this. I'll just give you the description. Illegal alien, human trafficker, wife beater, and Democrat hero, Abrego Garcia. Right? He has turned himself into Immigrations and Customs Enforcement in Baltimore. He is a hero to the Democrats, folks. But guess what? He is now scheduled for deportation to Uganda. Uganda. I thought they were going to send him before to El Salvador, or they did, where he's in their prison system, which I thought was perfect for him because he is a human trafficker, wife beater, an MS-13 sack of shit. But half this country loves him. How does that make any sense? How does that make a lick of fucking sense? The guy hustles women and probably children for sex. That's now human trafficking. Used to be called prostituting. Anyways, well, he turned himself in, and now an Obama judge has put a temporary block on sending him, deporting him as an MS-13 fucking criminal to Uganda. And this judge has set a hearing for Friday. I don't give a fuck where the judge sets a date, right? This retarded bitch of an Obama judge should be told to go to hell, and the murderous human trafficker should be on the next fucking plane out, and the door slammed behind him with extreme prejudice. Once again, I guess in Washington, D.C., there's a modicum of sympathy because they're like, well, this guy really hasn't done anything we wouldn't do given the same circumstances, right? They're all on the same fucking team. They must be on the same team because they're completely sympathetic to this guy's plight. I don't get it. The stupidity, folks, is just fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. But it gets, I don't want to say it gets better, but it continues. And it's continuing to show itself how stupid things are. But you, American patriots, America first, people who are decent, who observe the golden rule, which is simple. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Right? But we don't have that. We have these people playing these games and picking sides, and they'll just do whatever their superiors, their betters, their masters do. Playing this, I want to root for the winning team bullshit. Well, speaking of winning teams, which means there's a losing team, Team Cracker Barrel is desperate. They really fucked up. They're trying to do damage control now because the stock is just crashing on this corporation. If you remember, though, the CEO politicized the move. This LGBTQ pedophile supporter, because that's what LGBTQP is. This woke nitwit of a CEO politicized Cracker Barrel and its decision by saying, we don't care what MAGA thinks. We don't care what these right-wing people say, right? Oh, you want to politicize it, bitch? Well, fuck you. Now, this is what Cracker Barrel said. Here's the quote. We know we won't always get everything right the first time, but we'll keep testing, learning, and listening to our guests and employees. That's what their statement said. Do you feel like they've tested anything? No, they just came out and said, fuck you, we're doing this. Do you think they're learning anything? Nope, they haven't learned a fucking thing. In fact, they made it worse by politicizing it. The stock starts to crash, they politicize it some more. The stock crashes more, they attack us. I wouldn't say they're good at learning a fucking thing. And listening to us, all we said was, we don't like woke, we don't like LGBTQP. I'm just going to call it LGBP from now on, just to save some fucking letters. We'll keep testing, learning, and listening to our guests and employees. I say to the woke CEO bitch and the company, its board, go fuck yourselves. If we hadn't said anything, if we let it go, if we were, how did they say it? We need to be tolerant of them. If we were tolerant, the next thing we would fucking know is drag queens would be running through the restaurant, swinging their dicks in our faces. DEI, fail. Woke, fail. LGBP, fail. The entire corporation can fuck off. You know, if they'd come out and said, you know, we made a big mistake. Not just saying, we don't always get everything right the first time. That's not admitting to a mistake. That's fucking excusing their stupidity. But this is exactly what government does too. Does government say we got it wrong? No, they make you fucking sue them in court. And that's just to get your sorry ass out of jail. Then you got to sue them again just to try and get fucking paid money for what they've stolen from you. And then anyone who did anything to you, they don't go to fucking jail. They got no penalty. There's no accountability for any of these dumb fucks. Well, we know we won't always get everything right the first time. No, you don't ever get it right. Unfucking believable. This is the whole country, the whole world, corporate. Look at Bill Gates. He's trying. Look at Pfizer. They're putting mRNA shit in food now. Why? How? Unbelievable. I hope that the thing I read is true. And that is that RFK is going to tell pharmaceutical companies you cannot advertise on television. Good. They really should do that. Just the whole system, folks, across the board is completely fucking retarded now. It's like they can't think. There's no critical thinking. There's no just simple common sense. None of it. None of it. I mean, here's some more interesting shit. You want to doubt if we're in shit, it's the fan? What happens when this shit comes to your neighborhood? What happens if you have a bunch of Indians walking through your neighborhood starting trouble? Or Palestinians? Or Pakistanis? Or North Africans? Or Central Americans? What if they just come through your neighborhood tearing shit up? setting houses on fire, burning cars, assaulting people, raping people, murdering people, BLM 2020. Is the government going to do anything? You know that I covered this last night on the zoo. There's two young girls, probably age 12 to 14, somewhere in there, being harassed by an illegal alien in England who was following them and filming them, and he posted the fucking video. He is speaking English to the girls, right? Taunting them, telling him he wants to have sex with them, whatever the fuck he was saying. And now the girl that had to pull out a knife and a fucking hatchet to show that she was willing to defend herself, she's now been arrested. Oh, yeah. She has now been arrested for possession of a weapon. How else is a girl supposed to defend herself from this rape? This fucking rapist, wannabe rapist, who said, I don't speak English, to the police when they question him. It's just, the whole thing is fucking ridiculous. It's like retards are running the show with retards, and everyone's playing these retarded games. Kind of like the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, the communist bitch. She is making the people of New York spend billions of dollars paying for illegals to be there. And she's also reworking the census to give them more control in the state, as if Democrats don't already control the entire state of New York. Our nation has lost its way, just as Europe has. And as far as I see, and I'm not calling for this, but I see revolt, bloodshed, and chaos in our near futures. That's going to be the result of this madness. There's going to come a point when common sense meets the end of the road and has no choice but to defend itself, or we're all going to fucking die. Oh, by the way, you want more lack of common sense? Remember, there was a man and a woman in Cincinnati. They were there, downtown, at a jazz festival. Not a gang festival, not a gangbanger hangout, not a shootout festival. No, it was a fucking jazz festival. And a gang of ghetto blacks beat the fuck out of this white guy and this white chick. And guess what has happened now? He is being charged. The guy who was attacked and had his ass beaten severely is being charged with a crime. Remember the idiot government that came out and said he was begging for a fight? He was antagonizing and he antagonized a crowd to beat him. You cannot. So everyone who beat him, everyone who kicked him, punched him, hit him, threw him to the ground, every one of those fucking animals, that's fine. But the guy who showed up there because he was white, that's the problem. See what I mean? No common sense. No common sense. Just like we're told that the Epstein list is a hoax. Well, Virginia Giuffre, right? Epstein's victim, most famous victim, who committed suicide after she didn't die in an accident where she was smashed by a school bus. And then she decided, she's fucking survived that, made it out of the hospital, and decided to kill herself after telling everybody, I'm not going to kill myself. So her memoir, Nobody's Girl, because apparently nobody raped her multiple times on Epstein's Island, right? Well, Prince Andrew in England is in trouble. But, I mean, hey, nothing happened. Is Trump going to say that this book is a hoax? Is Prince Andrew and his pedophilia a hoax? Are all of the rich pedophiles that went to Epstein's Island and flew on the Lolita Express, are they all a hoax? Kash Patel's FBI, the Attorney General Bondi, and the entire Washington, D.C. media are all complicit in the destruction of children's innocence and children's lives, and they have not stopped doing what they did to Virginia and thousands of children since then. But it's just a hoax, right? We're all supposed to believe the guy on our team because he says that. Because he knows, because he was there. No, wait, no, he wasn't there. So he knows what happened on the island. Think about it. If you were there, Trump, you shouldn't have been. Because it's Jeffrey Epstein. And he's a fucking pedophile. And there's kids all over that island. You should have known what the fuck was going on there. But if you weren't there, how can you say the whole thing is a hoax? Right? Again, common sense, critical thinking, ask the questions. Deduction, induction, figure shit out. Instead, they expect you to be a fucking retard and buy their bullshit. Today you believe this, tomorrow you believe the opposite. I say, I don't believe anything they say. Shit is at the fan and it's getting fucking stupid. It really is. It's just getting more and more stupid. And I've got a message to everyone who understands what the golden rule is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I've got a message for those people because that is a Christian belief. It is a Western Anglo-Christian belief. Right? In Finland, a bunch of scumbag Islamic Mohammedans have raised their flag in Finland's most historic cathedral. Do you understand where we're at yet? We are in the new crusade. We are fighting a holy war. Islam has been fighting the West for decades. And now I think the mask has come off and we realize we're in the middle of a war with these fucking people. I'm not Islamophobic, folks. I am Christian and I am freedom oriented and I abide by the golden rule. But in this world, right, people are going to get what they deserve. And I'm not going to shed a tear for any of these non-Christians who have promoted death and destruction. All of these religious nutcases out of the Middle East. Nope. Right? I've just, none of them. And once again, are you picking the side of the terrorists, John, or are you picking the side of Israel? Neither. They're all fucking scum. And they're trying to drag us into it. Make us pick a side. You see, by the way, that is a logical fallacy. It's the either or fallacy. You have to pick one or the other. You got to pick team A or team B. No, I pick none of them. Just like I do not pick anymore. Right? Republicans and Democrats. I mean, here's this. In Texas, their House, the Republican House caucus has voted against any punishments for the Democrats who left the state in order to block state redistricting efforts. Why? Why would you give them a fucking pass? They broke the law. It's a fucking felony. These Republicans are fucking cowards. They're chicken shit sellouts, and they're traitors to Texas, traitors to decency, right? Fuck the GOP from here on out. It is a lost cause. They're sellouts, one and all, with just a very few exceptions. Democrats, 100% all scum. I don't pick either team. No politician or government employee deserves any respect from me or any citizen because everyone in government are weak, scum, traitors, and I am just, for one, am sick of their shit. Now, I'm not violent. I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. I don't have a violent past. I'm not telling anyone to do anything violent or anything bad. But I have had it with all of these fucking people. They're all scum. So all I need to do, and I'm hoping that everyone has a similar concept in their heads, is I need to step back and realize and understand they're going to do what they're going to do regardless of me understanding and seeing them, me supporting them, me denying them. Nothing I do is going to change them at this point. They're just absolute filthy scum. All of them. From the local city council to state government to the federal government to governments around the world, they've all lost their fucking minds. Even Japan has lost their fucking minds. Trump is now going to allow in 600,000 Chinese students. Not 6,000, not 60,000, 600,000 Chinese students. Meanwhile, we're getting nothing but a bunch of fake Indian graduate students who are taking work visas to take American jobs away from us, and Trump is allowing all this shit to happen. What jobs are Americans going to have? Well, half the American population is fucking retarded, dyeing their hair, piercing their face. They're idiots. The other half are like, what can I do to get a job? I'm an American, can't get a job. It's because the Republicans sold out. Trump sold them out. The Democrats sold them out. All of DC has sold all of us out. And just because you get one little piece, right? You get a fucking crumb fell off the table. Yeah, we got something good. The rest of it, right? I'm supposed to forget about everything else? What they do in our name, what they do with our fucking money? It's unbelievable, folks. It's just going to get worse. And I'll say this while I'm here, and I'm almost done. I want your comments down below. This is kind of another black pill episode of The Prepared Mind. You need to be prepared because these people are going to fuck it up, and there's going to have to be consequences. You, your family, your neighbors, your community, you may have good come together moments, but there's going to be a lot of enemies, folks, that look just like us too. An armed Texas homeowner took out 2 masked thugs who were pretending to be police officers, right? He shot when they fired several shots into his home, right? Get this, folks. Police impersonators, how are you supposed to know? Someone says they're the police. They flash a badge. They yell police. They're wearing uniforms. They have flashing lights on their car. How do you know they're fucking police? Right? These police impersonators are going to get police killed because people are getting tired of being abused by police. Banging on the door, yelling at them, screaming at them, pointing fucking guns at them. No-knock raids, tyrannical behavior from judges and assholes across the government spectrum. What do they expect us to do? This is not England. This is not Germany. This is not France. Americans are armed to the fucking teeth, and we're getting sick and tired of it. Again, not a call to arms, not a call for violence. That's what the Democrats do. That's what the faggots do, and the trannies do. That's what they do, is they call for violence. Not me, not you, not us. But there's going to be hell to pay. There's going to be hell to pay, folks, because of what they're doing. And I want to do one more story because this one is extremely important. And I think it's illustrative of the points I've been making here about our country and countries around the world. I have an alert for you. There's a dead woman walking. A senator from Mexico went on the news. A Mexican senator exposed the president of Mexico, President Claudia Israel Sheinbaum. That's right. Her last name is Sheinbaum. The senator claims that Sheinbaum is working for the cartels and is funded by narcotics money, drug money. And I believe this senator 100%, folks. because all governments now, including Washington, D.C., take money from the enemies of the country, right? The enemies of their own nations. They take money from them and then do what the enemies want. Prove me wrong. Give me an example. I only know of 2 politicians in D.C. that are making this stand. Marge Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey. The rest of them take money from everybody and everything. Ted Cruz sounds like he's a fucking Israeli now, not a Texan. Trump, Israeli. J.D. Vance, Israeli. Huckabee, he's taking it in the huckabuck from Israel. All these people, it's disheartening. It's disgusting. Because if you look at things, I think any of us, when we look at things through the lens of what should be done, how do we fix the problem? Is this the golden rule? Are we doing unto others as we would have them do unto us? None of it works. None of it makes any sense because they're that corrupt now. It's every man for himself. Look out. Fuck everyone else. Here I come. Folks, that is a big part of SHTF. The only thing we don't have is people running down the street getting shot at like Kyle Rittenhouse. Anyways, let's do this. Let's go and do the inner circle. I'm curious about what you guys want to discuss. All right. I know the topics are contentious, the subjects I picked for today. What's sad is this is just one day, and there's a lot more of this going on every single day. Day in, day out, news story after news story of just absolute horse shit from the government. All right. So it's a rough show. Who wants to step up and participate? And Uman generously puts his own head in the chopping block and says, DC has been homicide free for 12 days, not a single murder. The government has made over 1,000 arrests. How can anyone say that's a bad thing? Well, the Democrats are out right now, man. They're protesting. They're protesting. That's how fucking retarded they are. That's why I say the Jim Jones juice, the mRNA, is literally chewing holes in their brains. It's we know it makes clots. A big clot will kill you. Small clots will just get stuck in parts of your brain, and wherever they get stuck, that part of the brain suffers. That part of the brain suffers and suffers and suffers because it's starved of nutrients, oxygen, energy, and it dies. That's what mad cow disease is, folks. The brain getting chewed up by spike proteins and clots and shit, and cows ultimately walk in circles and just fall over and die. They're fucking zombies. Anyways, yeah, these zombie Democrats in Washington, D.C. are out there protesting, well, because they want their criminals back. I guess they want their murderers back. They're protesting it. That's how fucking... I'm glad you brought that up because I hadn't brought it up yet, Mr. Uman. I don't know any other way to explain why people are so stupid. And lots of Republicans took the Jim Jones juice too. They took it. They absolutely took it. Hopefully the smarter amongst us that took it, I did not, are detoxing and making sure they take care of their bodies. Because everyone was bullied, buffaloed, lied to, and put under duress to take that shit. It's not good. All right, Uman. Yeah. We don't want, the flip side is, well, never mind the flip side of that. Let's continue if we shall. Who else is up? We got Redneck Roughneck. And he says, just watch them demon rats. They want all the crime. It helps control the people with fear. Absolutely correct. In my opinion, I think that's correct. Government likes for people to be scared, fearful in their daily lives. whether it's at work, on the street, in the stores. They want you afraid, so you give government the authority to fix it. Except government doesn't like to fix it. Democrats especially don't like to fix it. I love how they allow crime in a city, shoplifting, looting of stores, and then they don't prosecute any of the shoplifters and looters. So then businesses are like, you know what? Fuck you. We're leaving. We're closing the doors. And they do. They shut the doors. And then the government, the Democrats scream, how dare you shut your doors? Right? How are the people supposed to get anything? Literally, just in the last 5 years. And folks, the shoplifting thing has been going on for like 10 years. But in the last 5 years, they've started putting locks on food, locks on items that are being stolen. There are now some stores in this country where you cannot walk in and buy anything. You have to get someone from the store to open up the shelves. There are restaurants now that make you pay first because these scum will go in, order off the menu for everybody, and then refuse to pay. What kind of fucking thinking is that? Because if you went to any of these fucking ghetto slime, any of these backward ass fucking country fucks, you went to their house and took anything of theirs, they'd beat your ass to within an inch of your fucking life. Literally. But the Democrats, they love all of that. They love it because it gives them power. Now, Trump has taken the authority that he has and turned it loose in Washington, D.C., and made the streets much safer. No murders. People feel safe. Now, he is now using that power. Right? And in the state of Florida, since they have these illegal truckers cruising up and down the fucking highways everywhere, state of Florida, instead of, facilitating more of that shit, the state of Florida is going to require all trucks pull into the way stations, and those are going to become illegal immigrant checkpoints. I think that's a great idea. I really do. Florida better figure out this whole anti-Semite law bullshit too. Like I said, government does 10 things. One of them is right. But all the other dumb things we're supposed to forget? How about a government that does 10 things and 9 of them are right? But what's that one thing they did wrong? Well, in Florida's case, it was trying to make anti-Semitic discussion a crime. Well, fuck that and fuck them, right? I can talk about Israel, a secular state, and I can talk about religion, whatever it is, all I want. And because someone else doesn't like it, that doesn't make it a crime, but it does in England. Oh, yes, it does in Australia. You bet it does. You're not allowed to upset any of the illegals. Just out of their fucking gourds. Well, and they did try that here in America. You can't use the word illegal to describe the illegal aliens. No, undocumented murderers. Is that better? All right, Mr. Uman, let us continue, shall we? And Jeremy A. Byers says, Jews call us the Goyim. Yiddish is the language spoken by Israelites. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Israelis. They are not Israelites. Yiddish is it's a made-up language. It's not a real language. Just like Klingon isn't a real language. They can communicate in it, but they have, special words for us. We're Goyim. Jeremy Byers says, we are basically swine to them, and they have no punishment for things they do against non-Jews. America needs to wake up to what is going on. Who are the people around the world that are pulling strings and controlling things? Who is buying our politicians? Why is it that Muslims in Texas can buy for themselves their own cities? We're going down the same fucking path that Europe did. Why is it that the Israelis can buy our politicians and make things good for them? Nothing is being done for America and the people of America. In fact, the Anti-Defamation League says saying anything like America first, wow, that's anti-Semitic. No, it's not. America first, America first, America first is about America first. Our nation first, not the nation of Israel first. But yeah, if you understand the term goyim is a pejorative, it is anti-American, it is anti-white, it is anti-black, it is anti-everything. Unless you're a Jew, you're goyim. It's fucking awful, right? It is. It's not racist because the Israelis like to believe that they're a special race. They're not. They're not. Right? They are Caucasoids who are descendants of the Khazars who were on the north side of the Caucasus Mountains. So they're not Mongoloids. They're not Negroids. They're Caucasoids. But they think they're a special race, that God loves them and has picked them. And because of that, they can kill us, use us, rape us, rob us. Well, that is exactly what they do, isn't it? If you look at the consequences or the results of the decisions being made, you can see exactly how they believe that. They believe we're cattle. They believe we're just animals compared to them. Have you seen these fucking losers from Israel? Have you seen them? How is that, what I see, superior to all of us? They look like fucking basset hounds with those ridiculous hair things flopping on the side of their head. They look fucking stupid. They have awful teeth, ridiculous noses, beady fucking eyes. All of them wear glasses, it seems. They wear ridiculous looking clothes, right? But do we make fun of them? No. Do we attack them? No. Do we hurt them? No. Do we punish them? No. But they do that to us every chance they get. And their government does that to our government every chance they get. This is where we're at. This is why, and I'm not one of them, so many people are now saying, perhaps Hitler was right. Perhaps Hitler was the good guy. Because of what is being done to good people with common sense. Because of that, right, people are now looking back at history going, well, who else objected to this behavior coming from the Israelis? It's a weird fucking world, folks. Shit has hit the fan, and everyone is being pitted against everyone. How do you know who your allies are? How do you know who your enemies are? Except by the way they treat other people. Right? Hamas from Palestine, as terrorists, destroyed Lebanon. Lebanon was a Christian majority, and now it's been crushed. It is a crushed nation. Right? All of these Middle Eastern countries are shit. They're crushed. They're crushed either by Israel, literally, or they're crushed by the terrorists, Muslims. The Christians there, Middle Eastern Christians, are attacked, raped, taken as slaves, and beaten. Right? And this is going on with Israel and Muslims. There's no hope for a Christian civilized government in the Middle East, since the hate-filled regimes there just want murder and slaughter of biblical proportions. All right. Thank you, Jeremy, very much. Keep your powder dry. Keep calm. Make sure you don't, break any rules. Just trying to point out the facts. Okay, let's continue if we shall. We've got Diving Frog checking in. And he says, John, whatever happened to Anthony Weiner's laptop? The FBI has it. Anthony Weiner's laptop was taken into custody, evidence, by the New York Police Department, NYPD. On that laptop was a file folder called, I think it was either Clinton Insurance or Hillary Insurance, or maybe it was Hillary Clinton Insurance. And inside that file folder, Anthony Weiner was the husband of Huma Abedin. Huma Abedin is the woman that was always with Hillary. So that's the connection, and that's how Anthony Weiner got what is in that file folder. Contained within that file folder, allegedly, were videos and pictures that were so horrendous that grown men in the NYPD became physically ill, sick. They cried at the disgusting display of inhuman murder and filth, the frazzle drip shit. The FBI took control of Anthony Weiner's laptop, and it has been disappeared. Oh, I'm sure Pam Bondi has it under her desk, under that huge pile of warrants that she's not going to fucking sign or distribute or carry out. Now, Diving Frog says, I believe the Epstein list and the hard drive contents have a lot in common. I'm going to agree with you. The Epstein client list has the same people that are in the videos on Anthony Weiner's laptop. It's going to be the same people who are on the hard drives that were taken from Epstein's apartment in New York City, and all the evidence that was collected on Epstein's island, Little St. James. You bet, folks, it's all there. The hard drives, the videos, the pictures, they have all the evidence needed to put an end, literally put an end to these evil fuckers. But they'll be allowed to persist. So at the state level, they'll be allowed to continue to persist as a bunch of pedophiles, all the way down to the local city and counties, where those pedophiles in charge of cities and counties, they can continue to persist and commit their crimes. It's disgusting, folks. It's absolutely disgusting. It's an insurance policy. I think Anthony Weiner did go to jail for being, what was he doing? Oh, yeah. He was exposing his genitals to underage girls on the internet. Right? These entitled elite dipshits. Unbelievable. Redneck Roughneck says, ain't Huma now married to Alex Soros? I don't know. Alex Soros is the son of George Soros, who likes to take, he's a billionaire, but he likes to take our tax money in the form of giveaways from the government and then turn around and spend that money paying protesters to destroy our country. These people are all anti-American. They're anti-European. They're anti-Western. They're anti-civilization. It's absolutely amazing. It's like, I wonder, well, how the hell did Europe fall so far so fast? Well, I can tell you. It's because people like Soros are out there using money to destroy countries, while the people are so busy working their asses off and paying taxes, they don't see what's going on. But Huma wouldn't surprise me if she didn't marry Alex Soros. Because what is she about? She is about power and control. Power and control. Huma Abedin is, I believe she's Muslim. I think her mother, Huma Abedin's mother, wrote a book about why it's okay to mutilate the genitals of women, young girls, because that's part of their religion. Unfucking believable, but believe it, it is real. It is real. Is real. It's real. The devil is real. Satan is real. Well, Okay, Mr. Uman, let's have some more fun with words, shall we? Uman says a petition from change.org has gathered 2.5 million signatures calling for DeSantis to re-examine the case against the illegal truck driver who killed 3 people. What are these people thinking? Well, first, they're demanding leniency. Yeah, they want leniency. Those 2.5 million people are Democrats, but most of them are foreigners. Most of them are from India. They're Punjabs, right? And they're here to fuck us over. They've taken American trucking jobs and fucked up the trucking industry. Not to mention killing people left and right. Another truck accident in Nevada all the time. It's happening all the time, every fucking day. Everywhere. These idiots can't speak English. They don't know the fucking rules of the road, and they just drive wherever the fuck they want, killing people. In fact, this same driver that killed a mom and her 2 children, guess what? He also drove his truck, which was way overweight, over a bridge and collapsed it. You know how much it costs to make a fucking bridge? The permits required to do anything in or around water? Collapsed a fucking bridge. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I'm having a very bad day, I guess. I'll go get them in another truck and I'll go kill some people instead, huh? Yeah, this is what is going on here. There's no fucking respect for law. There's no respect for our culture. No respect for anything. It's all about them and their people. It's very tribal, folks. Very tribal. The Punjabs, the Indians, the Pakistanis are sticking together. I don't care if he was Indian or Sikh. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Why is there not an American tribe that cares about America first? Oh, that's wrong. You white people, especially you white Christian men, you're the most dangerous people in America. Why? Let me ask that. Ooh, man, why am I and you the most dangerous men in America? Care to take a crack at it? He says no, he's not going to take a fucking crack at it. Well, I will. I'm going to take a crack at it. You want to know why? Because Christian men who use their fucking brains have the ability and to use their bodies to fix the problems. That's why we're dangerous. We're not really terrorists. We're not violent, but we're dangerous to them. The Democrats, the Republicans, we're dangerous to them. We're dangerous to the Indians. We're dangerous to the Israelis. We're dangerous to the fucking Palestinians. We're dangerous to all of them because we can stop them. That's really crazy. We can stop them. Anytime as soon as we act, we will stop them. Right? They don't like that. It scares them, folks. The Second Amendment scares them. The First Amendment, being able to tell each other, let's fix the problem, that scares them. That's why they say we're the most dangerous. We're the biggest threat. We're the domestic terrorists because we can stop them. And there's no other way. There's no other fucking way for them to take this country except for us, good men and women, to do nothing. Right? That's all. That's all it takes for evil to persist, is for good men to do nothing. Time's going to come, though, at some point. If I was a general in the Pentagon, would I have the ability to coordinate and find good officers underneath me, and in turn find good enlisted men to follow and fucking fix the problems? That may be what has to happen. I can't do it. You can't do it. We're all being surveilled every day by our own phones, our televisions, our coworkers. Everybody is keeping a close eye on us, making sure we do not communicate, making sure we don't get together, make sure we don't figure out what the problem is, and make sure we don't plan on how to fix it. See, that's what scares them. Governments, these foreign fucks, these illegals, these anti-American communist fucks. They're afraid that we will get together and we will meet up and we will agree and come up with a plan and then take action. That's what they're afraid of. But someday, once it's started, folks, once it's on, there ain't no stopping. You're not going to get the fucking genie back in the bottle. Once people are like, you know what? You guys had your chance to fix it. You're the government. You fucking lied to us. You're pieces of shit. At some point, it's going to happen. And I'm not going to celebrate. I might snicker a bit and say, well, here we go. All right, Mr. Uman, have we got some more to talk about? Redneck Roughneck says, now they are saying Kilmar can't go to Uganda because he will have problems with language. Yet in his press conference, they said he don't speak English. This guy is MS-13. He's a fucking murderer. He's a fucking wife beater. He's a domestic violence thug. And he likes to kidnap women and probably young girls too. He just hasn't been caught yet on that one. Smuggling or human trafficking, prostitution. The guy's a piece of shit. He's an absolute sack of shit. I don't know why he can't be tried and fucking hung. Why Uganda? That's in Africa. Isn't it in Africa? Am I wrong about that? Or is Uganda in South America? Africa. Boomman's saying, yeah, Africa. Why the fuck are we sending this ridiculous piece of shit to Uganda? Well, I tell you what, just get him out of the fucking country. I don't care. Send him to the fucking moon. Launch him and stick him in that big pile of cheese in the sky. There we go. That'll do it. All right. Thank you, Redneck Roughneck. Yeah, it's like their retardation. They just keep spewing. They vomit their retarded concepts on us, and we have to fucking think about it all the time. I think it's just to wear us down with their stupidity. Kind of like telling us we're wrong and Epstein clients is a hoax. Okay, we got enough time for another question, Mr. Uman. Jeremy Byers is back. And he says, sounds like they plan on sending troops to Chicago and other cities to get crime under control. Yeah, it's a two-edged sword. It's a two-edged sword sending federal troops to every city. Well, one side of the edge says crime will not show its face while they're there. Illegals can be rounded up. Criminals can be thrown in jail. People will feel safe. They can go out on the streets. Life is better. The other side of that sword is what happens when the Democrats, at some point, they could get power back. They could lie and get themselves into office, and bam, now we've got the opposite going on. Good people, what? Now, see, I'm going to go somewhere on this, and this will end it. If you've watched the movie Idiocracy, it's a fucking documentary on what's going on now. People are that fucking stupid. Why wouldn't Gavin Newsom or Prickster or Governor Hochul or Gretchen the Whitmore bitch up in Michigan, why wouldn't they say, hey, right, this is a blue state, and so you have to allow all these illegals to have sex with you? Does that make a lick of sense? None of their other shit makes a bit of sense. They're protesting that Washington, D.C. is murder-free. They're going to protest that you're not, that you haven't been victimized, right? The movie The Purge is starting to make fucking sense when compared to this. Like, when I say make sense, I mean it's starting to look like real life. Like, these are the events that are coming. Are you prepared? That's my question for you. Are you prepared? Because this shit is going to get worse. It's fucking stupid on steroids. Stupid on steroids. Get prepared, folks. Understand who you are, what you believe. And I think the best way I can say this is make peace with who you are. Right? Make peace with who you are inside, because the world outside doesn't look anything like who you are. God bless. Semper Fi.